Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a bench press day. But a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, be greatly appreciated. Alright, over to the training. First warm up here done on camera. It was 3:15 for a pause. Then I went ahead and decided to go for a double with 335 today. And it felt like pretty close to a 2 rep max. Again, my bench, we got pretty good. I've added a lot to my bench in a short time off muscle memory. Everything went good. I've hit 365 twice. But since then, it's really an issue of just putting more muscle on, right? Because that pretty much peaked right there. And now I'm going to have to go through this whole process of gaining more muscle in my pecs, in my triceps, in my shoulders, all of these things, and just keep working up, right? We have to keep working up. And again, it's going to be a process. I would like to try to hit 405 by the end of the year, but if I don't get it this year, I feel like I'll be able to get it next year. But in the meantime, I'm going to just keep putting in the work. And the thing is, the reason it's not going to go up much is that I'm not really bulking. I did gain a little bit of weight getting it up to the 365, but I don't want to go over certain body weights. And so again, I'll have to kind of trend back down and then repeat the process again coming up. Because again, I don't want my body weight too high. I need to make sure I can easily compete in the weight class I want to compete in. I can't be walking around 20 pounds heavier than my weight class. So that being said, what we're going to do, I'm going to have to do a little bit of bulking and cutting back and forth, a little bit of trimming, some recomping, and it's going to be a process to where I have to work the bench up over time, and it's not going to happen overnight. I had a nice good run of it, adding quite a bit to the bench. So now I'm going to have to just dig in, put in the work, build more muscle tissue. I have to get bigger up top. We have to get more jacked. And it's going to happen over time. I felt like, I was very comfortable getting up to that 365. And again, having done it twice now on camera, and even though my 350 maxes have still felt really heavy, the couple of those I've done, we're still in that range. We're still in that range. I feel like on a good day, I can still come in and grind out the 365. But could I get 375? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen for a bit. So what are we doing? Doing all this hypertrophy work. And we're pushing this stuff hard. These are all limit sets. So when I got to the 365, I was able to get 245 for 10. Now I'm doing 250 and I can't get 3 sets of 10 yet with it. It's like that last set, seems to really tap out around 8 reps. That 8th rep is slow. It's grindy each time. I'm able to get 10 for the first couple sets. So I decided to go also a little heavier on the rows. I need to keep building up a lot of this support musculature as well. So I dropped down to 8. I did 245 for sets of 8. Leaving about 1 rep in the tank there, and I think I can build back up to 10s with that weight. So again, I need to make sure the upper back and everything is strong. So we're going to keep pushing forward on that. I'm going to push the rows, and again, keep building the smaller musculature involved in the bench, the other muscles involved outside of just the pecs, because I feel like my pecs get a very, very tremendous pump. They're getting a lot of work on all these pause reps and 10s. So again, they're getting the work they need, and I need to make sure things like my shoulders, my upper back, my triceps, everything else keep growing. So I'm going to put a little more focus into all of those muscles. Even though I feel a massive amount of pec on the heavy benching, I know that my triceps need to get bigger, right? I don't have 405 bench triceps. You can look at them and tell. Even though they're pretty strong, my tricep exercises are stronger than some of my lifters who bench in the same range I do. Interestingly enough, but those guys have smaller chests and stuff than me. So I do suspect a lot of it has to do with the fact that my chest is grown, my chest is being used a lot, because a lot of times on the max benching, my triceps end up throbbing, they almost cramp. Last couple workouts, they haven't, but I'm going to keep pushing the triceps. Okay, I'm adding a little more shoulder work in because I do feel quite a bit of shoulder fatigue also. So again, just when I look at the ratios, look at the movements and everything, look at the way the bar travels, I still feel I need to work on the triceps more. We need a little more shoulder. We need that stuff. And again, my pectorals will grow, I think, just from the benching. They've been growing quite a bit. I've noticed the difference in the last few months. I can tell the way my clothes fit. I can tell in the mirror. So that's coming along, and I need to just keep building, keep building, keep building. So for other supplemental lifts today, we did curls, and I'm going to get a little looser in the curls. You know what? I think it's interesting is that when I do just a little bit of body English and I cheat just a little on those curls, I feel a lot more contraction in the bicep. Like I actually feel more bicep than when I go real strict. Again, I'm going to work on those a little bit. I think I'm going to keep doing hammer curls on my deadlift days though, just for the grip training. But so we're going to keep doing the barbell rows off the floor. Curls, I want to progress on those. So I want to, if I need to cheat just a little bit, I will use a little body English. Again, because I feel a lot of bicep. On the eccentric reps on my benching, I feel a lot of bicep, which again also tells me they're doing a lot more stabilizing work. Again, I probably just need bigger arms. I need bigger arms in general right now. If I want a 405 bench, and that is the goal, if I want that, the arms have to come up, okay? Triceps and biceps, because biceps are an important stabilizer on the bench, especially when we're gripping a little wider, all right? Triceps handle most of the lockout strength. So I'm going to keep working these things. And I like Skullcrushers. I was doing JM presses for a while, but again, I was feeling they were a little stagnant. I felt like I was, cheating too much. So I'm like, let me come in and do Skullcrushers because these are just really hard to cheat on. As long as I keep my elbow tendons healthy, Skullcrushers are a phenomenal exercise. All right, we get such a deep stretch in that lengthened position. And there's good studies showing combining Skullcrushers with bench pressing that actually produces quite phenomenal tricep development when we do the two together. So I think it's a good combination. And again, I superset all this antagonistic stuff. I'm in good enough shape and I do enough cardio that it's fine. I actually do okay with it. Performance is pretty good when I do these things. Then, of course, I need to make sure that my shoulders get enough work. We're doing a lot of benching. Even the cheat curls technically work shoulders if we're cheating on the curls a little bit. The rows work at the benching, but I really need to make sure I'm fully developing the shoulders and upper back. So I do want to include laterals again. I need to make sure I'm working these things because, again, I pulled some of it out and I felt like the bench did stagnate, but part of me getting those 365 benches was I was doing extra shoulder work. So I don't want to discount the possibility that it is helping. Plus, it just makes us thicker, right? It makes us bigger. We need that extra bit of shoulder work. And I like laterals because they're so good on the stimulus to fatigue. I'm a big fan. A lot of my clients do these. And they're really easy to work in. They don't beat you up to come in and do a few sets of laterals at the end and just get a good pump in your shoulders. All right, and that's really what they do. And then I finished off with one really high rep set of band press downs. And I was surprised. I lost count of the reps. I got at least 80 reps though. Right, normally it's a band I only get like about 40, maybe 50. But I guess because I hit the tricep angles a little different today, and I think because I did all of that stuff last time, my triceps had time to recover, and then I did all that pump work. It built their work capacity. I just ripped through these, and I lost count of the reps. But I know I got at least 80 reps. So again, just a nice, good tricep pump to finish off and to help keep those elbow tendons healthy so I can keep progressing on the Skullcrushers. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.